Well, welcome back, and please welcome to the stage Snake Eyes, the Baroness, and Destro. These figures are part of G.I. Joe's value or budget line that shows up at discount retailers. As you can see, Big Lots here sells these for $5, and they appeared this past holiday season. Now, first, we're going to take a look at Snake Eyes here. These figures live up to the name value or budget because they are super limited in their articulation and in their paint decos. Now, you can see here on the packaging, this offers very little. It's got a cool image of Snake Eyes in the front and a different one on the side, which those are respectable. But in the back, it features absolutely no information about the IP or the figure or any particular character information whatsoever. So here's to take a look at Baroness. Additional thing that she has that Snake Eyes did not is she has a cobra symbol next to her name on the front of the package. But again, without any information about the IP, like if a kid's never seen G.I. Joe, what does that mean? You know, it's just a cool snake logo. Again, two really cool pieces of art on her packaging, so I give it to the artist who are coming up with those, but the legalese that fills the back of these is, of course, not doing much to build the brand for a new fan, potentially. Here we have Destro. Destro's card's pretty much the same. He's got the Cobra logo as well. Original photo on the front and on the, what would be the left-hand side there. Very cool art. Same thing on the back, though. Would love just a little brief description. I mean, if you've never seen G.I. Joe, how do you know that this isn't three bad guys? So Snake Eyes here looks badass, but if you don't know, you don't know. Now, he includes two paint apps, sorry, gray on his sword, his gauntlets, and his visor, and then just a little red on his belt. Great detail in these figures. Absolutely amazing detail. They do have peg holes. When I said limited articulation, yeah, these guys come with 3 points of articulation. You got 2 shoulders and 1 head, and that is it. Now, my beef with Snakes here is I think it looks great. He looks amazing for what it is, but he does have a fencing position in my mind with that sword as opposed to some type of ninja position. So positioning I know makes sense from posing him in a static position, but doesn't look the best. Next up we have Baroness. Here she's sporting a blue, dark blue, cobra blue maybe, instead of her typical black, but she's known to wear blue as well. She really has only 2 points of articulation, both arms here. Of course the weapons are not removable, legs do not move at all. But her hair makes it impossible for you to really get any movement out of her head. She only has a couple paint apps as well, gray on the belt, black on the wrists and the blaster or the her gun, which is very similar to her vintage one, which I give mad props to. And then a little red on her Cobra logo and lips. I can't believe she's standing right now because this is pretty much what happens every time. Her feet are molded in a way where I'm using a stand for her more than the other two. The other two stand just fine. Here's Destro. Destro's got his blaster, which is very much akin to his original vintage blaster they came with. He too sports 3 points of articulation, the head, the shoulders. He has only a couple pieces of deco as well. You can see the red highlights on his holster, his belt with the Cobra insignia, and then his medallion he wears around his neck is gold. And so, yeah, he stands real solid on the ground, just like Snake Eyes. Now, I don't mean to go all Pixar Dan here, but these are really an interesting height. They're not quite 6 inch. They are kind of 5 3/4. When compared to a 3 3/4 here, you can see it is much larger than a vintage O-ring style. But when you take him and then put him next to a classifieds figure, which I haven't opened the Siege yet, but you can see they're about a head shorter than, because a 6 inch the classified series, which is classified as a 6 inch, is actually more like a 6.5 inch figure line. So they're a bit taller than the normal 6-inch line. But overall, do these things work pretty cool here as kind of statuesque pieces? Yeah, absolutely. I think Snake Eyes is the best, and then Destro comes in. I would like Baroness a whole lot more for 2 reasons. If she could stand, you can see I have her on a stand in the shot, and maybe if she had some different deco or some additional deco on her pieces. For some reason, it's not missed on Snake Eyes because he's used to black, and Destro's the same. But for some reason, I want a little more from the Baroness. But overall, this is a fun set for 15 bucks. If you're into the classified series, I don't know if you'd be into these, but if you love Joe's, maybe you'll check them out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you after this.